Hey guys, this is Impact Hall of Famer Gail Kim, and you are watching the Countdown City WrestleCast.
What's up, heels and baby faces? Welcome to another episode of the Countdown City WrestleCast. Got y'all laughing. I'm your host, JC. With me is my beautiful wife, Tina.
Hey guys.
And over here we got Mike. Hashtag not Tommy. Tommy was able to make it tonight, but he did, in true writer's form, type up his thoughts and picks for what we're going to be talking about today.
If you haven't picked up Tommy's book,
yes.
you need to. We will put a link at the bottom. Well,
yes.
JC will.
I'll put something. Yeah, thank you.
And Tommy, this side of the table's a little weird, but I kind of like it.
Oh, he's about to take your spot, Tommy.
Uh-oh.
Well, just a stepping stone and then eventually.
See, I like this side because it's my good side.
Right, yeah.
You don't have a good side.
I do have a bad side.
No, you don't. Never.
Stop.
Never.
Do I need to leave?
No. Anyway, just a reminder to follow our Twitter account at CCG_WrestleCast and subscribe to the Countdown City Geeks YouTube channel for more WrestleCast and some Geekcast episodes.
Am I the only one this time?
Right now you are currently. Okay.
Thanks, Mike.
Sorry, it's this side. I don't know what to do.
Really? Tommy's the first one that's like
I know.
all the time.
Sorry, I can't live up to Tommy.
Yeah. So today we are recapping Fastlane, a.k.a. really card subject to change.
Oh, my God. The weirdest pay-per-view.
And we are previewing this Friday's Ring of Honor 17th anniversary show.
I got this.
From Las Vegas.
Some of these names I don't know.
Yes, but
I will figure it out.
You don't know these names, but somehow you're going to make a great night of picks.
I know one for sure.
Yes, you don't
my
know.
Shirt.
Rocking the Jay Lethal shirt.
And actually, speaking of ROH,
Mike, what
you got? Jay Lethal. I got Jeff Cobb,
current television championship.
There you go.
And I'm of course.
I have no idea who that is.
He's
a big guy. You've seen him. If you saw your picture, you know.
Probably not.
And then, of course, the host of WrestleMania 35 just announced on Monday, Alexa Bliss.
Worst host ever.
Kiss my ass. All right.
It's because they don't want her to wrestle, so.
Oh, burn.
You know what?
Can you put that Michael Scott Office boom roasted on the back there?
I mean,
you want some ice for that wicked burn?
Want some aloe vera? Because you just got burned. From Big Bang Theory.
Yeah.
That mine was from that 70s show.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Anyway, on to our Fastlane recap. Now, we picked 8 matches, and the way things changed around, only 6 of them are really going to count for our win-loss on picks here.
We got to wash on all the rest of them.
First of all, the pre-show match that we thought was going to be Mysterio versus Andrade, that ended up being added as to a Fatal 4-Way U.S. Championship match later on the main card. So what we got is Shinsuke Nakamura and Mr. Pre-Show Rusev against the New Day, Xavier Woods and Big E. So,
Mr. Pre-Show.
Mr. Pre-Show. Yeah, I know. Of course, anytime you get the New Day on the pre-show, they're probably going to win. And they did on this one, too, getting the crowd up and everything like that. So,
did you also hear that Rusev has like the record for the most consecutive pay-per-view losses or something like that now?
Oh, my gosh.
That's, yeah.
One day it'll be Rusev against Kurt Hawkins. Something's got to give.
Yeah.
Yep.
On a pay-per-view.
I feel like he worked so hard. Like he lost all that weight and everything. And they keep just keeping him there in the pre-show.
Yeah. And he voiced his frustration on Lillian's podcast not so long ago with Lana. There was a 2-part podcast. And yeah, there's some frustration he has, but they keep trucking along. They keep presenting ideas. They're not giving up, which you got to admire about that. So
that's true.
So on to the main show. Show kicked off with the SmackDown Tag Team Championship. The Usos defending against Miz and Shane. We all picked the Usos. We all got that right. The pin, of course, being on the Miz. And as we expected, Shane attacked the Miz after the match, setting up the inevitable match.
What a shocker.
Yes. Right in front of his dad, though. It was pretty sinister.
Yeah.
So.
What a shocker.
Yeah.
You know,
it's kind of weird to have the Miz as a face, though.
It is Cleveland. Yeah, it is going to be weird to wrestle anyone as a face.
They've worked it well, though. And to get there, like, it was a pretty natural build.
Yeah.
Plus, it's nice to see, unlike in movies where the dad really can't do much to defend the son. Like, he's not
he
Liam Neeson.
literally was like,
he's not Liam Neeson. He's just like,
what do I do? What do I do?
Stop, don't.
He didn't even do that. He was just like,
yeah.
Oh, man.
Miz's hometown. That was like the perfect time to pull the trigger on that.
Yeah.
So
but I got to give it to Cleveland. Great crowd overall.
Great crowd, yes.
Especially for this.
Definitely. The loudest they've been all basketball season in that arena.
Well, with all the changes and stuff, they really, I guess, had to roll with it, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, they really
Okay.
did. I mean, they had a great crowd for this show because, I mean, with the way things changed, it was kind of good. Now, what I did enjoy, this was the first of a few Elias segments that we got right after. The line, of course, is that the favorite line was that he was going to head out to L.A. and hang with his brother LeBron. Wow. The man is a master of drawing.
And
heat.
it
Too
was
soon.
it was also kind of weird because like now it's like he was just reacting to the matches. Like
Yes.
they went to him in the ring, did a song, and then they cut back, and I was like,
He
okay.
kind of reacted. I mean, honestly,
Yeah.
he couldn't know everything that was going to happen. He really just kind of go on the fly, see what he can come up with, and that's impressive. So
Yeah.
now SmackDown Women's Championship, pretty early in the show, I went lone wolf picking Mandy Rose and got it wrong. Everybody else got it right picking Asuka. But it's Sonya Deville's fault.
No.
Yes, it is.
Wow.
Damn it. Of course, she
She's-
put the ring apron looking for a weapon. I don't know why, and Mandy Rose slipped on it, and there we go. That's
That
the
was
only
the
reason
most-
Mandy Rose lost.
That was the most random thing too. It was like
Okay,
so.
Corey, calm down.
I'm
It
just
was
saying.
so weird. Like, oh, let me look. Oh, okay. And then
Yeah.
she tripped. I'm like, what?
And that's how it ended. Sadly, Mandy Rose will be back though.
And the kick Asuka connected. I don't know if you've seen the slow mo replay of
Oh
it.
gosh.
Like connected on her.
Oh, yeah.
chin.
She never.
She took it though. I
She
gotta
always
give
makes
to
it
her.
ruthless. Yeah. So
Yeah.
it's crazy. Now the segment we got earlier in the night during the pre-show, Kofi wasn't at ringside for the New Day because he had supposedly had a meeting with Mr. McMahon, and in the course of that meeting, you know, they didn't quite listen to McMahon's words. He says the WWE Championship match is now a triple threat, so go out to the ring now. And Kofi just kind of gets screwed over again and is put in a handicap match against the Bar, which is basically a tornado handicap match because the Bar was in the ring the whole time.
Yeah.
So, of course, the Bar wins. Another Elias segment talking about how much that sucked for Kofi, pretty much. Yeah.
I'm not trying to say that Vince McMahon is racist, but in character,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
maybe not.
Anyway, on to the Raw Tag Team Championship match. It was a triple threat. The Revival defending against Aleister Black, Ricochet, and Bobby Roode and Chad Gable. Now, Tommy and Mike got this right picking the Revival. Tina and I each went lone wolf with the other two teams. But Aleister Black and Ricochet, though, pretty much laid out the Revival and everybody else after the match. So,
I was
It's-
telling JC that when he was putting the matches for voting on Twitter,
yeah.
that I totally forgot about this match. And then later on, I was thinking, I was like, what was the best match? And I actually think that this was the best match of the night, especially Ricochet going over, like jumping over the banister,
The
top
corner.
row banister, corner banister.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
was like, dang.
Mm-hmm.
But it was a really good match.
It
That was
was.
probably one of the
It
best
was,
matches.
but again, I'm kind of torn because I don't want them to be a tag team for a long time.
yeah, I
They're
get
great,
that too.
yeah, but it was a great match. No, definitely.
Definitely was. And it's still a little weird to me, though, that they have Black and Ricochet as a tag team.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah,
they
it's
never
kinda
were in
awkward.
NXT. It's just awkward. It's like, hey, let's bring
They
these
don't
guys up
really-
and just throw them together.
They don't really go together either.
Yeah.
No.
And they're
Like, I
getting
could-
worked a lot because they're showing up on Raw and SmackDown,
Yeah.
and you don't really know where they're going.
I don't
So
know. It's just weird.
now our U.S. title match was a fatal four-way. Joe defending against R-Truth, Rey Mysterio, and Andrade. None of us really. This kind of was a wash. We couldn't really pick this one, so I'm assuming we all would have picked Miss Joe, but we're not going to count it.
Yeah, I
Joe,
think if they would have had an actual U.S. title match set, we would have picked Joe
yeah.
because I don't think they would have taken it away from him right
Yeah.
after he wins it. But
Now, gotta
They
love
changed it.
R-Truth's homage to John Cena.
this isn't it.
This isn't it. No, this was Joe's music. Because let's face it, I love him as U.S. Championship, and I kind of said this during the pay-per-view. I was like, you know, they're doing this with this U.S. title because before the pay-per-view, this wasn't even on the show, and it's like they're forgetting about the mid-card championships.
What?
Yeah,
That never happens.
I mean, no one's really cared about the IC title ever since the Miz lost it.
Yeah.
Let's be honest with you. I mean, at one point when we were recording, we forgot who the
Yeah,
champion
we
was.
forgot who the champion was. It was
So,
and it was Seth Rollins, and we were
Yeah.
like, really?
and considering the Universal title never shows up, that's usually a bad thing.
yeah.
Yeah.
But R-Truth pulling out the 5 moves of doom a la John Cena was hilarious.
That was funny.
And Corey Graves saying that he idolized John Cena growing up. It's like, wait, what? It's the weirdest thing.
Yeah. It's the
Look, it
weirdest
doesn't
thing.
matter that he's 6 years older than John
Yeah.
Cena. That's
And
So,
then
irrelevant.
He also something I saw on Twitter. Hurricane Helms.
Oh, yeah, I
put
posted that,
something
yeah,
up
yeah.
too, and
Yeah.
then he said like, I also watched
Idolized
you
you.
grow, idolized you.
Yeah,
growing
so
up. and I was like, oh my god.
yeah, Hurricane, has a job now backstage with WWE, and he's thinking his retirement himself from in-ring competition may come soon. And he was like, I don't know if I can do that. I'm not ready. And then R-Truth responds, I may have watched John Cena as a kid, but I watched you in middle school. You were also my hero. Yeah,
That
I
was
like,
funny.
They're really gonna play this up. How old is R-Truth really?
How old is that man?
Next
Yeah.
thing it's going to be, like Tyler Bate from
He's a-
Mustache Mountain.
But to be honest,
I watched you in college.
R-Truth looks like that guy never
Yeah, no,
ages.
that's-
He's
no,
a
definitely
freaking
true.
vampire.
He's like, what, 46?
Yeah, it's
I
like
don't
Michael
even know.
Cera.
Insane.
Everyone says Michael Cera could play Wolverine because he never ages.
Seriously.
Yeah.
And
So-
has the build for it. doesn't
Yes.
And
Sometimes.
I
I
don't.
don't know. Maybe.
But if they can make
I mean, he was Scott Pilgrim, so.
make anybody into a real buff guy,
Yeah.
they can probably make
Yeah.
him one too.
Now, our women's tag team championship, the first defense for the Boston Hug Connection was Sasha Banks going to break the curse. We all said she would, and she sure did. So
Yeah.
Bailey got the pin on Nia. We really were able to kind of see a bit more of a showcase of Sasha and Bailey working together,
Yeah.
which was really good. But, of course, after the match, Nia and Tamina beat down Bailey and Sasha. Excuse me. And they also attacked Beth Phoenix, who was ringside doing commentary, which brought out Natalya. So, obviously, they're working on setting up
Divas of
Nia,
Doom.
yeah, Divas of Doom returning and taking on Nia and Tamina at WrestleMania.
Or I think they're
Or
actually.
it's
I think
like
it's
a
a triple
triple or-
threat.
or
I think it's
maybe
more
even
like a
14.
triple threat or
Do you
something.
think they would make it a triple
Maybe even a
threat?
fourth
Yeah,
team
or a fourth team.
for the titles.
Maybe with the Iconics or something.
Yeah, the way the
Yeah.
Iconics have been building up, they
Yeah,
sure
I
want to
feel like it's
challenge.
gonna be a
Because they came out in the
four-way.
pre-show.
Yeah, because I think it's awesome. Like Beth Phoenix looked awesome.
Mhm.
I think it'd be cool to see them back. I wouldn't be as big into them if it was just them versus Nia and Tamina.
Yeah.
I get that it's like
It wouldn't-
powerhouses versus powerhouse.
It wouldn't
but
make any sense for WrestleMania just to have a match with no title, and it's just kind of.
I mean,
you
it
do
could
that,
be a kickoff show match.
yeah, but
you know,
you don't
the
want to.
14-hour kickoff.
You don't
show.
really want to have Beth.
That's
be
true.
on- be
if
on a
you're gonna come
pre-show.
back, right? That's a good.
Yeah.
point.
True.
Yeah, and so like they were all brawl. Well, not all of them, but Nia and Tamina were brawling both teams. and
Yeah.
Mhm.
So yeah, it might be for the title, and maybe unfortunately Lita and Trish aren't gonna come back.
Or maybe they are. Maybe they're the fourth one.
Yeah, could be.
That
See
could be
what they
cool.
do.
Then you kick out the Iconics.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, which is
who knows
fine.
what they're
You
going
could
to set
always-
up? This is like the one title that you got a mystery surrounding it.
But
as
it's
you go
also
to
one of
Mania.
those things where Bailey and Sasha did say that we want to fight everybody from every
Yeah.
brand, so
Mhm.
they could, win, and then after that go to SmackDown. After that go to
God.
NXT. Go to.
I hope they don't turn it into a tag team women's battle royal.
That's be interesting, but I mean,
that would suck.
the way that the matches are filling up for WrestleMania 35, it's like you still haven't announced the battle royals for the men and the women.
Well, not only that,
You're
like,
running out of
Not only
room.
that, you're kind of. It's not predictable anymore. Where we're like, oh, it's a month out. We already know some of the matches.
Yeah.
It's
Mhm.
kind of like who's gonna who's what.
It's gonna be like the Super Bowl. It's gonna start like at noon and go till like 3 a.m.
Yep. That's why I'm taking the day off afterward. So,
Probably.
all right, WWE Championship. Vince, of course, he said earlier in the night that Daniel Bryan is going to be a triple threat. We already knew Kevin Owens was in it, and the third person was Mustafa Ali. Got a great pop from the crowd when his music hit. So,
Kind of.
No, he really did.
I mean, it was
Well, at least we heard
decent
that.
cheer, I think.
Okay,
So,
well,
yeah.
just because once the match got going, the crowd kept chanting for Kofi, and
Well, yeah.
yeah.
I was afraid that Ali was going to get that kind of Rey Mysterio 2014 Rumble where like people
Well,
were
I
just
think
upset
they-
because Kofi
if it was
wasn't there.
Philly, it might have been.
It
know?
sounded like they cheered for him, but after once the match started, you did hear we want Kofi.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
heard that throughout the night. So,
But no, that was another great match too.
now, of course, Mike and Tina picked Daniel Bryan. Tommy picked a no contest. I picked Kevin Owens, but Mike and Tina got it correct, picking Daniel Bryan, who got the pin on Mustafa Ali. And at one point in the match, I don't remember this. Yes, this was the finish. Mustafa Ali tried to do a moonsault off the corner, and Daniel Bryan came in with his knee,
Yeah.
his flying knee, and it looked ugly. I was like, good Lord. But man, it was awesome.
Yeah.
Great finish. So, now this one was,
The crazy one was when
I won't talk about match tonight until we get to the
Well,
very end,
no,
because this
the
was a close vote.
the crazy one was Kevin Owens. I don't know what he did.
Oh,
He like kicked. I forget what he did, but he almost hit the freaking.
yeah, I think he
I
just
thought he
did
was-
his forward tumble.
Yeah, he did his forward
I
tumble.
swear I
and
thought he hit the...
I
the-
thought he hit his head on the table.
Yes.
He
I
hit
was
that
like-
in between. Just
I was like, what? And he got up like nothing, and I was like, man, it was like it must have been like a.
It was
little
close.
bit,
I
yeah.
Just
Yeah.
1 inch closer. He's got a huge gash on his head. There's
Yeah.
just no way he's out of
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
probably
Yeah.
concussions.
Probably
Yeah.
concussed, yeah, too. I was like, oh my god, I thought he
Yeah.
I thought he died for a second, and then he got up like nothing happened, and I was like, Undertaker.
So now we get Becky versus Charlotte. Becky having to somehow win back the title shot she got at.
Royal Rumble.
I don't know. You know how I feel about this whole thing, but okay.
I know how you feel.
Yeah, we're gonna have.
Oh, I see
We're
what
gonna
you
have
mean.
to. We're gonna have to spend 20 minutes for just
Yeah,
Mike
we are.
to be all
Yeah.
to vent.
Tina picked a no contest. Everyone else picked Becky Lynch, so we all got that
I thought
right.
there was gonna be more shenanigans than that.
Yeah, but honestly,
It's kind of lame
the
shenanigans.
more I thought about the finish, the more it made sense to me. Now,
Still lame.
first of all, it shouldn't have been in this position in the first place. I think we can all agree it should be Ronda Becky 1-on-1. We can all agree with that, and it should be Charlotte versus Asuka. But the match was a DQ after Ronda attacked Becky. Just hit her with one punch, and it forced the DQ.
The tap, you mean?
The little tap, yeah, the little love
It
tap.
looked like it was just.
She did this. She did the splits for what it's worth.
Yeah.
so.
But the finish protects Charlotte because Charlotte obviously has nothing to lose. She's in the match no matter what. But if she loses to a injured Becky who is severely on one leg fighting
That's
with a
true.
crutch, you make her look super weak going into Mania.
Yes.
And she's a part of a triple threat.
So I definitely agree in this totally
Yes.
horribly done road they've gone down.
I
This
get
makes
it.
sense.
Yes,
but
I know. So
I
just
The
run with
whole-
what you got.
The whole thing is like we were talking about. This whole thing is like the Ace Ventura trying to park
This
that
is
car.
my thought.
And Ace
This is
Ventura.
where I'm
And Ace
going.
Ventura 2.
Like
This-
a glove.
We all think it's going to get to where it needs to go.
Yeah.
Yes.
But to get there, god dang. Jesus Christ. I'm sorry. Other words.
It's crazy.
Like,
hilarious.
it's.
It doesn't make sense half the time. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Huh?
Can you type it up?
Oh, you.
Oh, yeah, put it
chitty
up
chitty
there.
bang bang, chitty chitty bang bang.
Are
We
you gonna
love
show
you.
the part where
I'll
it's
put that
tumbling?
part up there. Yes.
At least the
You stay
gift.
still. I'll drive.
Yep.
Like a glove. It's a little bumpy.
Yeah, it's
Spectacular. Yeah.
and so just little things like she punches Becky, gets
Yeah.
the DQ, and then just stands in the corner. These women the week before or the whatever before,
They're beating the crap out of each other.
right? With the crutches.
Mm-hmm.
You know, now Ronda's gone, you know, breaking kayfabe and it's not real and all this, and then they just stood looking at each other, and Charlotte left, and Ronda looked at them and left, and
Now, I will say the result of this match, we got our tweet of the night
Oh yes.
from WWE Vacant,
the best.
who showed the picture, retweeted the picture WWE had of Ronda with no logo on her shirt, and just asked, "Is this shirt available on WWEshop.com?"
The official Vacant shirt.
Hashtag truth of the night, hashtag tweet of the night. Thank you, Vacant. You'll get
Who
your opportunity.
speaks the truth.
He
We
speaks
gotta
the
send him
truth.
that shirt.
Yes, we do. Love it. Now we got an Elias segment. It finally turned into another Lacey Evans appearance. Turned into Orton RKOing Elias. Turned into a phenomenal forearm. And that's that.
Another one that's weird.
Lacey better be like the next Charlotte or someone, because
I mean,
I'm gonna laugh one of these days when she walks out and someone just slaps her.
yeah,
I
that'd
feel
be
like it's-
funny.
well, like
if it
on,
happens to Becky,
I
Becky's
feel
just
like-
gonna knock the crap out of her.
yeah,
You
I
know.
feel like
that would be
I
the
feel like
best.
Nia
Yeah.
and Tamina should have
Right on
On
Monday.
Raw?
on
Yeah,
Raw.
uh-huh.
I was like, they walked out and they were just like, and I'm over here like, kick her butt or do something.
Yeah.
Sadly, she's gotten more airtime than like Zack Ryder and a whole bunch of other people.
True.
Very true. Very true. Sadly, Tyler Breeze. You know.
Prince
And
Pretty.
finally, the main event, the Shield reuniting one last time against, and I'm going to use what Tommy put here. He's called it the, quote, "we're just trying to stay employed" team.
Wow. What did we call it? We
League
called it
of
something,
Nations.
didn't we?
We called it.
No, you called it League of Nations.
You called it League of Nations, and then Tina came up
2.0.
with one-man band or three-man band 2.0, which makes sense because Drew
Also good.
McIntyre's a part of it.
That's also
So,
good.
props to
Three-man
Tina
band,
for that one.
Three-man band.
Now, of course, everyone got their crap in. Triple powerbomb on Corbin was the only way you could really finish.
Yeah,
this
it was at
match.
least fun. They went through the crowd a bit.
Yeah, you had that
Rollins
spot.
pulled out his old jumping off the balcony.
And I was worried we weren't going to get that because a month out of WrestleMania, and they're already worried about injuries, especially when he missed out a few years ago.
What does he have to worry about? Oh, right. The Universal Championship is still a thing.
You lose your main event
because
if
you
he gets
never
hurt.
see it.
So-
Yeah, I was worried about Seth getting
I
hurt.
mean, you're
I was
probably
like,
your
don't-
second to
I was
last.
like, don't screw it up, please.
Yeah. Thankfully, it didn't. Match went off great, and that was our show. We went off the air with the Shield doing their fist here.
And they
Go ahead,
were
Mike.
they were pretty.
Mike,
Oh,
don't leave us
dear.
hanging, man.
Come on, man.
sorry, I'm Dean Ambrose. I can't. All right. Oh,
All
Dang it,
right.
Mike.
So
I'm Ambrose. I'm leaving. This is it. My contract is up.
As far as our picks, I went 3-3. Yeah.
Wow.
Tina went 4-2.
Wow.
Tommy went 5-1, and Mike 6-0. First time going undefeated.
Hashtag math.
Six.
My first perfect.
Yes.
Yeah, it doesn't quite work like the 10, but
Close enough.
Now on to our WrestleCast ratings: 0 to 5. 5 being WrestleMania 17, 0 being December to Dismember. Somewhere out there, Tommy's laughing. All right, I'm going to start with Tommy's rating since he typed it up here in a. I'm going to see if I can proofread it too because I don't know if he did a spell check. Anyway, he says, "I thought it was actually a well done show, and I can't believe I said that. All in all, a great show. It was actually great to see Ali back. However, I figured out why the Kofi Vince stuff bothers me so much. It's because there was no build up at all." He puts no caps. "When Vince screws somebody, there's a lot of reasoning and build up behind it, but all of this makes no sense to me and came out of nowhere."
racist.
Moving on,
Stop.
someone pointed out that this is the first pay-per-view in 3 years where AJ Styles didn't have a match.
Oh, wow.
Didn't realize that either. I'm reading this for the first time.
I mean, he
But
was
did
jamming
show
for
up.
almost over a
Excuse me.
year. Give him a break, man.
What a work ethic AJ has. The ending of
Yeah.
the Charlotte Becky match was fantastic. I loved it. I really can't think of a, quote, bad match on the card, really. Pretty predictable outcomes, but a fun night nonetheless. Solid action as we head into WrestleMania. Match of the night, he says, with his WWE Championship triple threat. Feel-good match of the night is Shield versus the, quote, "we're just trying to stay employed" squad. And he gives the rating a 4.0 out of 5.
Wow.
Yeah.
He's a lot higher than me.
He's a lot higher than I think some of us are. We've
Yeah.
been talking about this. He did mention match of the night, and the candidates I had were the U.S. Championship match, Women's Tag Team Title match, WWE Championship,
I should have
and
changed that.
Shield versus Three-Man Band 2.0.
Should have put the men's tag.
There's of the votes. This is actually an even split, 33% each to the U.S. Championship, WWE Championship, and the Shield match.
The Shield had 34.
Well, 34, but rounding.
Mathematically speaking, the Shield.
Rounding, okay?
Hey, watch
Rounding.
your mouth.
Okay,
man.
I'll bleep that out.
Hey, that's like that old that riddle about the 3 people who rent the room. I'll tell you later.
Okay.
What?
I have no
It's a
idea.
math one. I'll tell
Yeah.
you.
So anyway,
Okay.
he gave it a 4. I'm actually giving this a 3. Yeah, not even passing. Teachers are on spring break. They
Same.
changed.
I'm giving it the same, honestly.
The only thing that wasn't predictable about this show is that they changed so much of the card, even like hours before the show started, and it was just kind of confusing. Some of the stuff. I get where they were going with the direction,
Yeah.
but it was. I'm not knocking the people in the ring, but it was just kind of a boring pay-per-view to me
Yeah.
compared to some of the other
No,
stuff
I
we've seen.
agree.
So
it was
it's
weird.
It's like the last step before Mania. You want to try and build something. You're trying to advance storylines, and they kind of did that with some things, but
It's kind
I
of
don't know.
it's a filler pay-per-view.
yeah, pretty much. I mean, it used to always be Rumble, Chamber, and then Mania, and they kind of threw this one in there because they felt they needed something. So, so this one got a 3 for me.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Tina.
Oh, I'm gonna go with the same thing. 3.
3.
It was, yeah, the same thing. It made all the storylines. They tried to finish it off, I guess, in a way, but at the same time, I was compared to the previous pay-per-views, it wasn't as high on the radar as I thought it would be, and it was kind of, it was kind of a little boring at times. Some matches were good, but they weren't great. So a lot of them were good, but not a lot of them were great. So I think the Shield match was pretty good. But I think it's more of the feeling than anything of the Shield returning.
It's the last time we see them together, yeah.
Yeah.
So
I don't know if it was so much like the match was really great or anything. I think it was just more of the feeling like, oh, they did put the Shield together again, and ooh, I can't wait to see this. And yes, that was probably the match that I watched, like the whole thing, wholeheartedly, and it was a great match. But yeah, other than that, the other matches were just kind of, they were there.
nothing was still spectacular.
Yeah.
Mike,
I'll be a little bit nicer. I'll give it 3.25.
3.25.
But a
Not
lot of
quite
the same
passing.
thing.
But yeah.
There was a lot of
was
the U.S. title match was a good 4-way. The WWE Championship was a good. The Raw tag, but I think and not trying to brag, but my picks proved it. I felt like it was all kind of predictable because there wasn't really going to be any
Yeah.
big changes. I my thoughts on the Becky Ronda thing.
Yeah.
Again,
Ventura
and it was
scene.
little. Do it again. And it was, again, like I said, it's a little thing. Like, you want to come in and cost the match. I get that, and I get why you need to protect Charlotte the way they've convoluted the story.
Maybe that's
But
why
she
he's
punched her and just stood there.
Maybe he was just trying to protect Becky too, because she wants to make sure he doesn't get hurt or something. I don't know, but it's kind of
No,
weird after you beat her up. So yeah,
Right,
I
but
get your point.
I don't like that.
Yeah.
The Kofi thing again. The Kofi thing is another thing. I get why they put him in the handicap match. He gets the crowd a whole bunch of sympathy on him. But it was just like, okay, now I just got to watch Kofi get beat up for 5 minutes. The New Day comes out, then they get jumped, and
That really annoyed me and pissed me off, because I was like, all right, Kofi, and then they did that, and I was like, ugh. And it was just kind of a waste of a match.
Yeah.
And again, I get why they did it. It was meant to get him, but
to get him
I don't know.
over
There was still, and
more.
then like the tag matches, the men's tag match was good. The women's match was okay, and I was more happy with Beth Phoenix coming out at the end.
Yeah,
But
that
just
was
overall,
fun.
just
Yeah. The women's match was kind
I
of
think
an
that they're
okay
trying
title
to
defense.
they're trying to do the whole like Kofi Daniel Bryan,
WrestleMania 30.
WrestleMania
Yeah.
30.
they really only have a couple storylines in how to do anymore. And
Yeah.
Yeah.
they run them into the
Gotta get
ground.
creative,
Mm-hmm.
So that does bring our overall WrestleCast rating to 3.3125. Not passing, but I think it's like the worst rated show we've had so far since we started.
I
doing this.
mean,
Yeah.
if they come in for some tutoring, I'll probably give them some help.
He's on spring break. He's trying to get some extra money, right?
Yeah, I need that too.
No need tutoring. No.
Now, before we get to Ring of Honor, I'll just go through what they've announced so far for WrestleMania 35. Obviously, we have the Universal Championship against Lesnar and Rollins.
Yeah.
The Raw Women's Championship triple threat, Ronda, Charlotte, and Becky,
It's not real, but it is.
which arguably has the best storyline working into it right now. And hopefully,
I'm sorry. but
hopefully
I'm,
is the main event
I'm
of
sorry, but I
WrestleMania.
hope she did. For a better way to say this, but I hope she doesn't get injured for real, and be like, maybe it is real.
Yeah.
You know?
No, heck no. Take her out.
Yeah.
Nah.
I'm just kidding.
No.
Cruiserweight Championship.
Don't say that, and then you jinx yourself.
Yeah. Murphy is waiting to see the outcome of the Cruiserweight Championship tournament, and he'll be taking that on. Triple H and Batista in the weirdest promo
That
ever
was
on
the
Raw to
weirdest
announce a
thing.
match.
Give me what I want.
Give me what I want.
No.
I want you at Mania.
It's like what?
Okay,
How
why?
do you know he didn't want like a helicopter ride or something like that, or an office in the WWE headquarters?
You want to? I'm going to beat you up. Yes,
where's
what I want
the
to
build up
match.
for this? You beat up Ric Flair, and it's like, where's the build up? You
I
could
just
taken
want
more
you
time
at
to
Mania.
build-
That's
Yeah.
all.
JC, we talked
could
about
have
this.
phone called and asked
There's
for it.
only one way to save this match:
Which is
Triple H's entrance with the Infinity
Oh,
Gauntlet as
Yes,
Thanos.
you said that.
Yes,
That's funny.
this is what has to happen.
as long as he's wearing the gauntlet in the match and he goes like this, and they augment reality. Batista.
I've got a better question. Why
Why
is
is
Ric
Ric
Flair?
Oh my god! But that match is no holds barred. It tells you how old school it is.
Batista
We don't-
doesn't know what he moved. No,
Nah, no holds barred was like old Hogan movie for crying out loud. That's all I remember right
because
now.
there's no hold bar.
Now AJ Styles versus Randy
just gonna
Orton.
sta-
We saw that.
He's just gonna stand there and like pretend he's.
Triple H is like, where's he at? I can't.
He's like, I
AJ Styles
perfected
versus
the
Randy
move of
Orton.
invisible.
Shane McMahon versus The Miz. We got those set up pretty easy. Kurt Angle did come out at his hometown crowd and announced that WrestleMania is going to be his retirement match.
Yeah.
Who do you think he will wrestle?
John Cena.
Cena, I think, seems to be
Cena?
the forerunner, the front runner.
Mustafa Ali wouldn't be a bad match.
No.
No, and it would definitely put someone over,
Yeah.
but
I feel like whoever it is, I feel like Angle has to lose.
that's generally been the way
That's
it goes.
generally
Yeah.
how it happens.
I think that's
yeah.
why he got
Which is
the
good.
the win on Raw in his hometown.
Yeah.
You know, it
of
would be good
Pittsburgh.
if he did it on like Rusev, just because he's American. and
Yeah.
Rusev is
If they weren't
sh-
working Rusev into this whole tag team thing, which I feel like the New Day is going to have some sort of like match on Mania,
it would,
working with
I
that
would
against
think I would
Rusev
think
and
Rusev
Shinsuke.
would be like the best
during pre-show
option.
hour
Yeah.
4, probably.
But if they couldn't get Cena, but yeah.
Live from Yankee Stadium because we couldn't fit it into this area. And then, of course, we know right now Daniel Bryan does not have an opponent yet for his WWE Championship. But what they set up on SmackDown is that next week, Kofi has to run a gauntlet to get his title shot.
So how ironic that Kofi is now the Daniel Bryan,
Yes.
and Daniel Bryan is now
he has
the
to
new
beat Orton,
Daniel Bryan.
Joe, The Bar, and
Rowan.
Rowan.
in a gauntlet match next week on SmackDown, which might take up the entire 2 hours, as we were wondering how long that match is going to take.
I think
People
I
are
think
gonna
it'll definitely
interfere.
go longer than an hour. Maybe not the full 2, but I think it'll go pretty long.
It'll
Yeah.
probably interfere. A lot of people will interfere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Kofi has to run the gauntlet, and if he does, he is taking on Daniel Bryan at
So
WrestleMania.
here's my question.
Mm-hmm.
We're about a month out, so by next week we'll be 3 weeks out.
Yeah.
Let's say in theory Kofi loses,
Mm-hmm.
then you're 2 weeks out with no WWE Championship. I mean, just like it just
I think
The-
the theory is
And
that
you can't
he's
give
gonna
Mustafa
win.
Ali a title shot. He just got pinned. So.
I feel like he's gonna win. Obviously.
no,
Yeah,
they'll
yeah.
find a way.
And
But
if they don't make him win, that's kind of a weird
Mhm.
yeah,
storylines again.
it's like when you watch a Raw or SmackDown and the main event gets like made in the last
I just-
hour. You're like, what were you gonna do if this match
just-
didn't get made? Like,
I just wish they just would turn Kofi, make him just a full on heel.
Kofi.
Like he's always like so. He even says it himself. I'm so like I never complain. I never.
Not
I
so
do
much a
everything-
heel. Okay, yeah, he did that promo. If he had smacked Vince McMahon,
Yes, that would have
just
been
once,
perfect.
yeah,
Not
but that would've
necessarily
made him
a heel move.
Or
Yeah.
like a yeah.
It was
like-
a little more attitude.
yes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
okay,
but-
I get
and
that.
then-
Instead,
that
you're
just
making him like a yes man,
and then
Yeah.
that just becomes
and
the
it's
Becky
just
Mm-hmm.
like,
Lynch story.
I don't know. I like the whole yes man thing.
Told you they only have a few storylines they can do anymore.
I feel like
Yeah.
he needs to just speak up and
M-
smack someone.
More like what AJ did a couple months
Yes.
ago. Yeah.
But then
Yeah.
that went nowhere.
Yeah, that's true.
It's
I don't
like
under-
you
I don't
could have done
understand that
something
either.
with that.
What the heck was that supposed
Vince
to be
like
about?
he wants some fire out of AJ, and it's kind of gone nowhere. And AJ's in a match in Mania against Orton.
It didn't make any sense.
I mean, yeah, it makes no sense.
That's a
It's
good
like
point.
They're just throwing stuff out there and see what sticks, and then they just forget it happened. So
Dear God, you don't know anything, people.
yeah.
We
Now,
don't know what happened. We don't even
Put
know
a
what
pause on
happened
the
yesterday.
WWE talk, and let's talk Ring of Honor.
My specialty.
Yeah.
I'm kidding.
What? I'm like, since when?
Now the funny part is, Mike, for his predictions, he said a strategery, and that he was going to try and get Tommy to pick everything before he does.
Then Tommy didn't show up.
He didn't
Thanks,
show up,
buddy.
but he did send in all of his picks. So, Mike.
Of
me
course,
tell
we
you
all
what I
want.
think.
Of course, everybody wants to copy Tommy.
He's
I'm
When it
gonna
comes
put.
to New Japan
and
and
with
Ring of
all
Honor, we
honesty,
talk with
and with
Tommy.
all honesty, the only matches I don't know anybody is the first two matches, and I'm like, I'll go with whatever Tommy says on those two matches, because the other ones I
Well,
have no idea.
The thing is, when we watch
The
this
other
on
ones I know.
Friday,
That
you
was
will
two I just
probably
don't.
get a good idea of what who these people are. So,
Yeah.
first match of the night that we're picking is Jonathan Gresham against Silas Young. Tommy is picking Jonathan Gresham.
Me too.
Me three.
Gresham, he says Gresham's star has been on the rise. He's been one of the most impressive of the ROH signees. Young may pull one out, but I just don't see it. So y'all are taking Gresham?
Yes.
Yes.
Actually, I am too, and I do know who this guy is, so y'all can kiss
I do
my-
know he is. I mean, I know who both of them are.
I don't.
I do.
That was easy.
Silas Young sounds familiar, and I probably have to see if.
Silas Young was the guy that was feuding with Dalton Castle a few years ago, and he won the boys from him.
He's like the man's man.
The
No.
man's man kind
No.
of thing.
Gresham.
We saw that live at.
I don't remember him. I was
yeah.
looking at Dalton Castle and the boys.
Yeah,
And
They're-
then
he's
she wanted
awesome.
some feathers. The
He's
peacock.
awesome. I
Yes.
love him.
And then
Okay.
Gresham's kind of a grappler, but he had the last time we watched the pay per view here.
Mhm.
What's his name that pinned him real disrespectfully?
Oh, Osprey.
Osprey.
Yep, yep, that's right. All right, Bandito versus
no,
Rush.
not Osprey. The other one.
Was it for
Osprey's the flyer.
Zack Sabre Jr.
Suzuki Gun. There
Oh.
you go. There you go. Yeah, yeah.
Sorry, wrong one. Don't kill me.
Edit
people.
that out.
Yes.
Tommy's not here. We're sorry, guys.
Yeah,
He's,
I know.
You know,
He would've
He's the
known.
expert.
Now, Bandito versus Rush. Tommy, quote, hell if I know. This is the second hardest to pick. I want to say Bandito, but only because he's part of the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Championship match at the G1 Supercard. So he's picking Bandito.
Man,
Same.
Tommy, you think exactly like me.
Same.
Wow.
This is
Plus, Bandito sounds a lot cooler than Rush.
funny part is we're all picking Bandito. 'cause
You're
it's-
copying too, huh?
no, well, it's Spanish. I'm mi gente.
Watch, he's not even Mexican.
It's gonna be like that tag team match we saw at RCW. We're
Hispanic.
like, the
Yeah.
the guys with the mask one. Oh wait,
The luchadors.
Now I'm
Okay, I
the
know. I
next-
know one of them.
Yeah.
The next match, and I am picking Tommy, and this is before I got his picks. I already knew I was
yeah.
picking
This
Can
one
say
I
mine?
actually would have
Can
gone
I
with
say mine
Scroll.
before you say it?
Sure, go for it.
Marty Scroll.
Marty
Scurll.
We're all picking Marty Scurll.
Because I know who he
Yeah.
is.
Yes.
And
The
in all
last
honesty,
holdout of the elite still in Ring of Honor.
Yeah.
So, but
and his little group, Villain Enterprises,
it's something
with
big.
PCO. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Tommy's thoughts on it. Kenny King versus Marty Scurll. Prediction, Marty Scurll. All due respect to Kenny, but this is Marty's era.
Yeah.
He'll only lose if Nick Aldis interferes. Full disclosure, when I typed this, I actually wrote Magnus for Nick Aldis.
Saying TNA,
ref-
buddy.
TNA Impact reference. That's his name in Impact, if you didn't know that.
Oh.
Nick Aldis was the guy that NWA champion. That
Isn't he
Cody
married
wrestled
to,
at All
Wait, you
In.
spelled it wrong?
No, he almost typed Magnus because that was his name in Impact.
Oh.
Same
Is
guy.
he still
I was like-
married to
Mickey James.
Mickey James,
yes,
right, yeah.
that's Mickey James' husband. That's correct.
right.
All right. Lifeblood versus the Kingdom.
Hold on.
The Kingdom.
The Kingdom.
Damn, we're all sweeping this.
How did Maria the Kingdom?
The Kingdom, yes.
I can't do
Tommy,
her
prediction of the
little thing-
Kingdom.
her little
Honestly,
thing
I'm
when she would
calling it.
come
This
out.
is the Kingdom's
When
night.
she would come out and just like do this. I can't forget what
Okay,
she
let
did.
me do the next one first.
You're going to do the next one first?
Yeah. Because I got his shirt on.
You are got a shirt on the television
Cobb
championship.
versus-
I know
Jeff Cobb
both
defending
of
against
these
Shane
people.
Taylor.
Well, I don't know if I
Yeah.
know Jeff Cobb.
So Mike is picking Jeff Cobb.
I'm going to go with Cobb.
I know the other guy, so I'm gonna go with Shane Taylor.
No, Tina picking a title change.
I just because I know him.
Now
Jeff Cobb, I have
Tommy,
to probably see a picture. Cause
Tommy's picking Cobb to retain. I think that Shane will win the TV championship soon. Shane's my friend, but I'm not sure it'll happen this soon. But I won't mind being wrong. Well, guess what, Tommy? You're wrong.
You're gonna pick.
I
Shane?
think Shane Taylor's going
Woo!
to pull a surprise upset.
Wow.
As predictable. I mean, honestly, we're clean sweeping this here, not just because we're copying Tommy, or at least these two are. But
just in the first two.
okay.
I didn't know the first two at all.
But this is one match that I think could go either way. I think it's going to showcase Shane. And sometimes at these Ring of Honor shows, you get a surprise title change, and
Yeah.
I think this is the one.
yeah,
So I know we're going to G1 Supercard and everything like that, but this could be a surprise pick to have a title change. I think
But
this
it
could
won't
be it. Yeah.
I hope.
Now, Tommy is picking a title change on the next one.
Kelly
The
Klein.
Women of Honor Championship. He's picking Kelly Klein.
Me too. Not because of Tommy.
Yeah.
I don't know who the other chick is.
The champ.
Mayo
well,
Iwatani.
obviously, I've seen a picture of her, but I have no idea who she is.
She's a Japanese woman.
Obviously.
Okay.
Is
Tommy
she-
said
are
this
you
was
sure
the
she's
hardest one for me
Japanese?
to figure out. I'm going with Klein because she's my
Wait,
girl.
she
I
doesn't
can't lie
look
though.
Jewish.
Maya winning shocked me to begin with, but I won't be surprised if I'm wrong and Maya retains. So
I'm
Tina's
actually going to
picking
go with
Kelly.
the retain.
You're going with the
mine,
retain?
I'm gonna go with Kelly Klein because I love her too.
I'm actually going with Maya Iwatani as well.
Yo.
So, I mean, this is her first title defense. Granted, she beat Kelly Klein in their first title defense, but I mean, I think Maya was going to retain one way or another. So
Maybe it's gonna be a back and forth thing. That's what I'm thinking. I don't know.
could happen. Just
Yeah.
building up title defenses here,
Right.
and championships. Now, the next one I have here, and this has some implications for the G1 Supercard. So,
Right.
ROH World Tag Team Championship. The Briscoes, current champions, defending against Villain Enterprises, Brody King, and PCO. Now, the winner of this
Man
match,
up,
yes,
man up.
is going to take on the Gorillas of Destiny, who are the current IWGP Tag Team Champions, in
Can
a
you-
winner-take-all match at the G1 Supercard.
Can you tell me who the Gorillas of Destiny are?
Tamatonga and it's on the back.
I thought so.
What's
Tamatonga and Tangaloa.
Tangaloa?
I don't know. I don't know Tonga.
The good guy.
I know that Tamatanga.
You know Tamatonga is, yeah.
Good
They're
guy,
they're
Tamatonga.
basically what the Burl Club is right now. What their original.
They're
Burl Club
Haku's
members.
kids.
Yep.
I think both.
So
of
I'm
them.
going to go with the Briscoes
So is Tommy. Also going with the Briscoes.
because I love them.
yeah, they're great people.
We met them and they were awesome to talk to.
Yeah. Mike, who you got?
Yeah, I think I'm going to go with the Briscoes too. I think that as much as the Villain Enterprises is kind of coming up, and then I think it's a lot of it because of Marty Scurll, and the Briscoes versus the Gorillas of Destiny.
That's a dream match.
Yeah, that's you
Yeah.
got to
That's
do
a dream
that.
match.
Yeah.
I can't wait.
You've got to do that.
Tommy, same thing. Prediction of the Briscoes. If it wasn't for the stipulation that the winners face God at G1 Supercard, my money would have been on Villain Enterprises. But I got to say, Briscoes versus Gorillas is what I think they are going for. That being said, this match will be a show stealer, I think. The others have that potential too, but PCO and Brody King want to prove themselves, and this will be their chance. Now, I think we know who Tina's picking in the ROH World
Do
Championship
you?
match.
I mean, the best in the world.
Okay, Tina's picking Jay Lethal.
He's probably the best
okay, hold on.
ROH champion ever.
Actually, I do want to hear what Tommy says about this because I
Yeah,
think
I
I'm
kinda
going
wanna
to
hear
go
what he says
different than him.
So Tommy says, prediction, Matt Taven.
yeah.
I
heard
can't
of
believe
that.
I'm saying this, but this was kind of an easy pick. I really do believe it's Taven's time. Now, 5 years ago, never would have said that. But this time around, yeah, I think Taven is going to take it, and I must admit, he's earned it. Mike.
I think I'm going to go Lethal only because I don't
know
know
I'm
what they're
right.
doing in the. Yes, because Tina's always right. No. I don't know if you want Taven as your champ going into that super card with New Japan. I know that sounds kind of bad, and I'm sure I know he's kind of brought up, but I don't know. I feel like you.
That's
you
what.
want
That's
Lethal
kind of
there.
what I'm thinking too.
Yeah.
I could be wrong, but
Could be
I
wrong,
think-
but
I think Lethal retains.
Well, I'm
That'd be a
saying
good
Lethal
match.
retains. So Tommy, you are Baron Corbining this match, buddy. Sorry. Yes.
and of course he's probably going to be right.
Yeah.
I agree. Taven's time is coming soon, but yes, this G1 Supercard looming. They want Jay Lethal against something big with
Yeah.
a
Especially with
New Japan
Jay
champion.
Lethal being like
Oh,
combined champion of days or something. That
isn't it
he,
Yeah.
Jay White? Isn't that the New Japan?
Jay
champion?
White is the current heavyweight champion.
Jay
Yeah. So
versus
if
Jay.
if
I
they do
picked
title
Jay.
versus title, that would be a great match.
yes.
But I think Jay White is. I think he has a match already. It depends on. The New Japan Cup. The winner of that tournament gets a shot at Jay White at the G1 Super.
Oh,
That's
okay,
what it
well,
is.
then
So
never
it won't be against Jay White.
Well, never mind.
Yeah, but still,
Right.
Taven's gonna win it soon.
Unless Taven wins it at G1 Supercard if they do that match there.
That
Do a
could be
rematch?
happen. Maybe a rematch there.
And
somehow.
have it be more like a big thing, being on that show.
I will make a bold prediction. Matt Taven will be the champion by the end of the year.
Duh.
That bold.
There's still like 9 months left.
I know that's
I
bold for me.
mean, like we're talking
Well,
barbecue.
here's the thing. We thought Jay Lethal was when he was making these title runs. He has the longest damn title runs in Ring of Honor.
Yeah,
Yeah, it does.
combined,
whenever you think-
combined days or something.
I know.
he's-
Whenever you think, okay, this is where he's going to lose it, he still wins. Whenever you think he's going to
Yeah,
lose, he
that's
still
true.
wins. And it's not. It's a complete surprise when he does lose it. When you think there's no way.
Would
he
you
could
say
lose
it's the Buddy Murphy of the?
it. Maybe. I guess we can go with that. So.
Brady Murphy hasn't
I'm
been
just
champion long
kidding.
enough to say that.
So those are our predictions for Ring of Honor, the 17th anniversary show, which is this Friday from Las Vegas. Vegas, baby, Vegas.
Vegas, baby.
Let us know your
Vegas.
predictions. Leave a comment here. Tweet us. Let us know. So now, some other wrestling news. We got another WWE Hall of Fame announcement. Harlem Heat.
Wait, can we pause the show and find their music?
Oh, we don't have to
Oh,
pause
gosh,
it.
here
We'll
we
just
go.
do this. But here's the thing. I believe Booker T is already a Hall of Famer.
Yes, as King Booker T.
Yeah,
right.
so we are basically getting two-time Hall of Famers and additional two-time Hall of Famers inducted this year because Shawn Michaels will become a two-time Hall of Famer through
As
DX. And now Booker T as Harlem Heat. He's already Hall of Famer. They're going to be joining Ric Flair as
Are
the two-time Hall of Famers.
Road Dogg and Billy Gunn in as New Age Outlaws themselves? Have they
No.
co-
No.
Wow.
No, never.
So
So
was it you or was it Mike that said, okay, group check,
Oh, that was mine.
female superstar check?
Look, they have a pattern for
Yes.
Hall of Fame, and it's
Mhm.
so DX is their main event group. Sometimes it's a solo person, sometimes it's a group. They got their female Tori check. They got their tag team Harlem Heat check. They got a Honky Tonk Man legend check.
yeah,
there's a celebrity coming soon.
It's funny when you said that. I was actually listening to the PWI podcast that they did where they were interviewed Becky Lynch, and they were talking about the Hall of Fame announcements, and they said it was always a big legend, a woman, a tag team, a group, someone who's died, and then a black guy.
And celebrity.
And a celebrity.
Oh,
Well, the
Bundy.
celebrity wing, yeah, obviously. So,
Bundy, right?
yeah, so Bundy, we figure, could be it.
I think that. Yeah, I think we're
it's very
thinking that may be the
possible,
next
so-
one.
Yeah.
It's kind of soon though, but I mean, Nick thinks if
But I mean, there's definitely someone who's deserved. I love early '90s and mid '90s WCW. This team
was awesome. Very
Yes.
underrated, honestly. Great theme that I'm glad they kept when Booker came into
Yeah.
WWE as well. So
who's gonna give us a spinner, Rooney?
don't look at me.
Although he didn't do that as much in
That's
his Harlem
true.
Heat days.
The thing is, it is
Um,
long overdue for these guys to be on
It
the
really is.
Yeah.
I mean, these guys, the Steiners, the Nasty Boys, the Outsiders, even when they got there, Barbarian and Meng,
Mhm.
as a tag team, just great matches all the time.
You think you'll ever get to a time when the Steiners are in the Hall of Fame in our lifetime? As much heat as there is between Steiner and Triple H.
Yeah, they should be. It's like
you-
you talked about last week with it being
Let bygones be
political.
bygones. Yeah.
It should be though, because
So do you So would you say the same thing about Punk or AJ Lee or
yeah, definitely.
or China?
The quote is "Never say never in wrestling," and yes, I think one day Punk, AJ Lee will make a return to WWE.
If nothing else,
One
for the
day.
Hall of Fame.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That's a bold prediction.
Punk deserves to be in the Hall of
I've
Fame.
said that
AJ
since
does.
I've said that since he left, since that whole spat, since that whole podcast with Cole Cabana. So
Bold prediction, Cotton.
bold prediction.
It's a bold strategy. Let's
He
see
will
if it
not be
pays
able to
off.
see anything, Cotton. No. Yeah, one day it will happen.
Yeah.
I think Punk is slowly finding his way back to wrestling. I know he says he's doing the whole MMA thing and all this stuff.
He just directed a movie.
He just directed a movie.
He directed it.
He
'Cause
directed
in
it,
too,
and it was
right?
actually debuted.
Girl on
As,
the third floor or something like
When
that.
he's
Debuted
in
as-
there, is he directing too?
Supposedly he was the director.
Supposedly.
He has the directing credits.
Oh, wow, 'cause he was in that
supposedly,
too, from what I
and it
understand.
debuted at South by Southwest.
Yeah.
And AJ Lee tweeted, he told me he went out for milk. She tweeted that with the pictures of him at the South by Southwest thing.
Hashtag relationship goals.
I thought that was funny.
Yeah. So congrats to Harlem Heat. Very happy for you guys. It's pretty awesome to see.
Yeah,
even though they
yeah.
never wrestled as a tag team under the WWE umbrella.
Right.
At least they're acknowledging these WCW guys, and maybe that's going to be the new thing that we get one WCW reference every year for the Hall of Fame. So
Well, then the Steiners would definitely need to go in under that because
Mhm.
I mean,
we got Sting under
yeah.
that.
Mhm.
We already got DDP, so yeah.
Yeah.
Other news, of course, as I mentioned earlier, we announced Alexa Bliss as the host.
Yes,
for
we
WrestleMania
know, we
35. Yes,
know.
yes. I just had to mention it again.
No one cares
Hey, watch it.
except for JC.
You know, what was the one with the Oscars that just had no host and they were perfectly fine?
Yeah, I
Everyone
know. Why'd they
loved
just
them.
do that?
You kiss, whatever. You watch your mouth. Which, by the way, the Oscars should have had Gabriel Iglesias hosting. I'm still holding to that shit. So,
Okay, that I
I'm
would.
not going to lie. I like this song.
yeah. The Oscars need to have Gabriel Iglesias host, and the Super Bowl halftime show one year he needs to be Weird Al. Just throwing that out
Yes.
Bold prediction, Cotton.
Bold wish list,
That's
actually.
gonna be, and that's not a
I was just
prediction.
That's not a
Spoiler.
prediction.
Nailed
That's,
it!
no, I thought we agreed you need to do it the way you did it the first time.
There, so apparently we found a shirt
There is a shirt on
with
WWE
Paul
Shop.
Heyman on it, and he says it. And JC wanted to buy it.
I'm
for
very
me.
close to buying it for her.
How much is it?
And one of
Because
these
I
days, I'm
always
going to
say-
buy it without telling her. And it's going to show up in the mail. Here you go, babe, for the next WrestleCast.
But can you ask them if they can switch it? That's not a spoiler. That's a
I'm
prediction.
just going to put tape
No,
over
just
it and
have
write
your-
the word
Just have
to
your
you.
friend Matt make it.
Yeah. I probably could.
And have it like taped out. Like, wait, oh no, wait, oh wait.
Yeah.
when we get a Patreon and start having merchandise for the
Yes.
show, that'll be your first shirt.
That'll
For the
be one day,
WrestleCast.
one day.
Yeah,
If
that'll
you're
be-
interested in sponsoring us, email
Hey.
ccg.wrestlecast@gmail.com.
we
Hey.
will be at Celebrity Fan Fest.
Mexican
We'll be at
restaurant
Celebrity
across.
Fan Fest, yes. So
It's another thing. we
that
need
is
to
another
talk
thing I
about.
should mention. Celebrity Fan Fest, of course, if you're in the San Antonio area or you want to make a road trip, is in June, mid-June. Let me pull up the exact dates. But
14th.
they did announce that they are going to be bringing some WWE wrestlers
For the next week or
It should
two.
be,
right?
yeah, I mean,
just
I
for
think
that
so.
Friday only.
And they're going to be current
13th.
WWE superstars, from what I heard.
Current WWE superstars. Please, Alexa Bliss.
Oh, great.
And
We're gonna get like Ryder and Hawkins. Everyone not working. Bree.
well, Bob wants
Zelina-
big names. I
Zelina-
think
not that
they've
that would
asked-
be. Not that that would be
Zelina
bad.
They want
Vega,
some big name
Lana.
guys, so
yeah.
you know that would be awesome. So hopefully they're getting, and hopefully we'll get an interview with somebody. But I would love to.
I'm
to
really
meet
hoping
somebody.
it's Bailey and Sasha.
That'd be
Because I
great.
really want to take Adi to meet Bailey, my
Yes,
daughter,
our daughter
my
loves
4-year-old
Bailey.
daughter. Well, she'll
Mhm.
be 5 by then. But yes,
Someone she's a fan of.
she
So.
would
meet her too.
probably
The
freak
thing
out.
is, that is the same weekend that there's a rumored pay-per-view. Big Backlash is going to be that weekend, so they're only going to be here that Friday.
Yeah.
So get your 3-day passes now while you can. If you haven't already, there's going to be some WWE wrestlers here. They haven't announced yet. That should be coming up very, very soon, within the next week or two. Check out the
We will be there.
Celebrity Fan Fest Facebook page for more details.
Heck, you should try and get Punk and AJ Lee for the weekend then.
That would be awesome.
That would be awesome, but I
Very unlikely, but it'd be awesome, right? Get them down for Chicago. Now, speaking of wrestling legends coming back or coming down, RCW did just recently announce 3-on-3 women's match.
Again, Gail Kim.
Gail is coming back to RCW.
JC's
for the
so
sec-
happy.
I'm happy because I get to see her wrestle again.
Yeah.
You get to hold up the line again for another 15 minutes.
What's your point?
And if I go, then it's gonna be even more.
Yeah. It's April. What day was it again? Sorry.
12th.
April 12th. Friday, April 12th at
Mike
Rotama
knows all
Park.
the dates.
Yes.
I didn't know that.
He's
I mean,
our-
actually, I'm looking
He's our
forward to it,
numbers
too.
guy.
They set this up at the last show, but Gail Kim's going to be involved in a 6-man tag match with RCW Women's Champion Barbie Hayden, Katie Forbes, Scarlett Bordeaux. It's going to be a great match. So if Gail's involved, it's going to be awesome. So definitely, we're making another RCW show.
I don't know. We'll see. I don't know if I can, but
It's right by IKEA. We'll swing by IKEA.
I understand that, but we have 2 children.
I know. We'll find a babysitter.
Do it.
We can find a babysitter. Yeah, I will definitely
Do
go.
it.
You want to babysit?
I want to go to the show. Look, I haven't met her 3 times and talked to her about her cooking show and stuff.
It's 4 times.
4 times. But Gail, if you are watching this, I would love for you, if you can talk to your husband, to just get me some gluten-free vegan recipe, something Crohn's disease friendly, because your man's a great cook, and I'd love to see what he has that he can dish up that's something healthy for me.
Also, if you're watching this, share this with your other wrestling friends. I know, like Lance Storm and other people I see you interact with on Twitter. Thank you.
That was loud.
I like Lance Storm.
Very
Sorry.
loud. Yes. That storm was awesome.
All right.
If I could be serious for a minute. All right, and that's our show. Well, not quite, actually. I'm sorry. I almost forgot the 1 minute warning.
I was like, did we forget the 1 minute warning?
I forgot the 1 minute warning. My bad.
As soon as you turn the paper, you're like, oh, yeah.
My bad. Now,
About
Tommy's
that.
obviously not here to do the 1 minute warning. Before we get to that, we did have a couple title changes since last week. Bobby Lashley, we talked about the IC title not really meaning anything.
That too was what?
Beats Finn Balor on Raw.
I mean, I'm hoping that means the demon's coming out.
Yeah, I think that's what we're hoping we get a rematch with the Demon at WrestleMania.
And then RPG3K winning the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Tag Team Championship.
Oh, really?
So, yep.
I didn't hear about that.
There was a title change over the last week. Pretty awesome.
Pungy 3K.
Mm-hmm.
You know, JC?
Yep.
You've been doing a really good job keeping up. I'm proud of you.
Go back to the blooper reel to see what she's talking about. Okay. One time.
I gave Tommy the job, and he still was like, it was one thing. Oh, well.
Now, who wants to go first this week on the 1 minute warning?
Can my 1 minute warning be just that GIF up behind me and looking at those?
We're sitting there for
I'll
1
go
minute.
first. I don't
I
care.
got the countdown. All right, Mike, you ready?
Mm-hmm.
3, 2, 1, go.
So since we've been talking about it and I've been talking about it all night, let me try to be positive about it. I think in the end, and I saw something this weekend that kind of made me go, maybe it will happen. As long as WrestleMania has its moments and the matches are good, then once we get there, we can be good. Because I believe the WrestleMania 17 that we use as our 5 as a rating, the Rock Austin story actually in the lead up was about Deborah becoming the manager of the Rock, and then she got injured. And I didn't remember that till I saw this. I was like, oh yeah. So again, and that's why I kind of joke about the flipping car from the movie, because it's crazy, and I'm not a big fan of the way they've got there. But if WrestleMania happens and the event is awesome and the match is awesome, then we'll take it, and then we'll look back fondly, and hopefully this will be a strong main event women's match, so you can be like, damn, that first match was awesome. I'm sorry, I'm animated.
It's like hitting my ears.
I apologize.
It drives up on the desk. It gets picked up.
I'm
All
like,
right. You ready?
Okay.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Sorry, I was just like, ow.
Yeah.
I'm gonna interrupt you.
You good?
Always do.
Ready?
Rude. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Rude?
Rude.
All right.
Okay.
Ready? 3.
I think so.
Do you have something to say? You don't have to do it if you don't want to.
Sure. I'll figure something out.
Okay. She's going to ad-lib it, people. 3, 2,
Teach calculus.
1, go.
So I saw a few things on Twitter that I wanted to I was telling JC about. One was that Lana had said something about Alistair and Ricochet and the Hardys, and then something to the effect of they're old, or you're just you're trying to look for some kind of acceptance because you got all those tattoos and and Ricochet just goes around and just flips around and does nothing, and he said back, "This is funny coming from somebody who's 90% enhanced," which I thought was funny too, because I don't know if she is. And then she replied by saying, she goes, "You got me confused with another blonde," which I thought was funny. And then on top of that, what I was also thinking was Becky Lynch had an interview with one of the WWE people, I can't remember her name at the time, and they asked her who would you want to wrestle in the future that was in NXT right now, and she said Toni Storm, and I love that idea. I can't wait to see that.
Will that be a bold prediction for next WrestleMania?
Yes.
Ding.
Bold prediction, Cotton.
Becky versus Toni
And that's
Storm.
not a prediction. That's a spoiler.
You're using that quote wrong, right?
Am I saying it wrong?
The bold prediction thing. It's not it's a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see how it pays
Yeah.
off.
No,
It's
he
not-
says prediction
No,
too.
it's bold strategy. Cotton. See how it pays.
Damn it!
Yeah,
Sorry.
that's okay.
How
But I
dare
love the
you.
enthusiasm.
See,
We have enthusiasm. It's okay.
Mike? Damn you, Mike.
I think
You'll
that
not
should
be
be
able
your
to see
thing.
anything, Cotton.
You, I think you should just throw out lines incorrectly, but just go with them.
Yeah,
I think
just go with it. Own that shit. Own it.
And that's the bottom line, because that's what I wanted.
Yeah.
Or like Kevin Owens.
That's the bottom line because I ran out of paper.
Or like Kevin Owens using all of like
The Stone Cold moves?
stuff,
Yeah.
and then he said that on the thing
Yeah.
because the bottom line is wink, wink.
All
I
right,
thought
here
that
we
was
go.
All
funny.
right, JC, what you got
What I got? What I got? What I got?
in 3-0?
Oh shoot! Well, okay.
just
You
kidding.
threw me off.
Restart.
Reset.
Yeah.
Here we go. 3, 2. I'm talking about Ronda Rousey as a heel and how much I love it. Because this is the only way you're going to be able to get Ronda to draw some heat, draw some realism. But man, I am enjoying it. Everyone's going to be... this is what some people have basically called for the last few years the reality era. Everything is social media. There's so much access. People read magazines. They have internet reports. We know what goes on backstage. Now you're bringing in somebody who's not from this world, who is basically rebelling against it, and she holds all the cards. She's the current champion. How else are you going to get her to draw heat? I am actually impressed by the fact that she has embraced being a heel. When, of course, when she was trying to work as a face and she was getting booed, it was throwing her off. But she's learned to embrace it. She's learned to adapt in that respect. And keep doing it. Keep talking all the shit you can. Keep going the back and forth. Shoot, one day I would love for... I mean, they've even called her out for running when she got knocked out in UFC. Keep it up, Ronda. You're doing something good.
Oh, that was the mic.
Yeah.
It went,
Was your stomach?
Oh,
No?
speaking of like, well, I'm gonna go add onto something like that. They put that video up of her from her YouTube show or whatever, talking all that smack and stuff, and then Charlotte replied and was saying, like you said, he's like, can someone remind her that she ran away twice from her
Got
thing
beat
and
down the last 2
got beat
times.
up
Yeah.
2 times.
Now, if only one person would come out when Paul Heyman is talking and say, hey, didn't your guy run away when he got knocked out by Cain Velasquez?
Exactly. Damn it.
Never won the title back. Oh, and then when he did go back to UFC, he won. How did that drug test go? How did that go, Brock?
Awkward.
Very.
So, yeah, my thing is, I do agree she should have been a heel from the beginning. We
Yeah.
talked about that for a while. Most of that interview I was cool with, and like we said, until she said, like, literally, it's fake, your armbar doesn't work.
Which-
That individual part of it, I can't believe I'm going to say this, but I think they did a better job with, with Baszler and NXT.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think that's the way Ronda should have been from the beginning.
But the only thing I go with that is she said your
I get
armbar
that.
your armbar doesn't even work. And I was
Well,
like,
yeah.
but you don't even do your armbar
She
correctly like you did in the
And
UFC. You
true.
do it modified, and we all know that one doesn't work either. So
And-
it's just like,
yeah, and I agree, and that's funny too, because now the only thing is
awkward.
when you get beat with that armbar, like what? It just, I don't know. That's
the
just
thing.
those little
she,
things.
She may not be the one that takes the fall in the match.
Yeah, I don't think
You've
she will.
got to though for Becky.
No.
I don't think she will.
I think you
Honestly,
have to.
I feel like it's going to be... If Becky does win, and I'm honestly not even 100% sure she will win,
Yeah, I don't know either.
because we don't know
Y'all
some
making
things.
me feel crap now, man.
Hey,
Well,
The
it's,
thing
it's
about
kind of,
wrestling
it's
now-
not predictable anymore. It's the
No.
thing. And we used to complain about how predictable it used to be.
See,
Remember that?
I feel like the things that need to be predictable, they won't let be, and then the things that
You can't change your mind, Mike.
yeah.
no. Hello,
You
America.
can't say that's too
America.
predictable,
America.
and then say,
Like
oh,
you can, because you can't put it all under one thing. I mean, there's different storylines and different things.
Round 1.
No,
I'm
I
just
mean,
saying you can't say that you didn't like it because it's too predictable, and
So-
then change your mind like, oh, it's too predictable.
I
I'm like,
totally
or-
can.
and it's like, oh, let me. It's now
It's
it's
like, I just did-
unpredictable, and I'm like, well, yeah,
That's all right.
that's what we wanted, kind of.
I disagree, but okay.
My thing
We
is,
always
when I
disagree.
get to it, be organic about it. You gotta. I think it's a lost art in wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
You have to feed off the crowd. You have to go with what they
Yeah.
give you. You see that a lot in independent wrestling, which is why it's so much fun. You hear the jeers from the crowd, and you work with that. You work with how you read the crowd. You interact with them. Everything now in WWE is so scripted, and when people have to read a script,
Yeah.
that's where it gets fumbled. That's where it gets jumbled. Give someone bullet points and just go.
But at the
Work
same
with what
time,
they give you.
at the same time, you can't have like Rhonda did well in the beginning when I guess they let her just go with the flow.
Yeah.
And then now, like the last time they told her go out there and talk, she totally messed that up. Remember that? And then they had to send out Bailey to save her.
JC, can we cuss on the show?
That's up to you.
Just keep
You guys are just bandwagon biatches.
No, that's okay.
That's
You
not the
can
way
say
she
that.
said it.
You can say that.
Hey, you
Hashtag
corrected me.
Agile Nice.
You corrected me. You corrected me.
Oh boy.
Because you deserve. No, I'm just kidding.
I think these two are gonna have to play puzzle fight against each other and just settle this dispute.
I'll win.
Dumb war.
Dang it. You have a bigger thumb.
Yeah, I'm the
Okay.
Andre the Giant.
This is something we could debate for a long time here, and I think honestly, as we get closer to WrestleMania, we will.
Yeah, we
So
probably will. It's not gonna lie.
yes,
Yeah.
I'm not
I
gonna
mean,
lie. So
but that's the
It's a
beauty.
bold prediction, Cotton.
But that is the. Mike.
It's funny.
No.
go with it, baby. It's
But
hilarious.
but that's the beauty of wrestling.
Uh-huh.
Like everyone has their own opinions and their own people they like and the people they dislike.
Yeah.
And that's the beauty of it. So we can disagree to disagree.
Sometimes those predictions.
say that
are
wrong?
I agree to disagree. Don't.
I said that wrong.
It's okay.
Disagree
But
to
I thought it
disagree.
worked
You
better.
guys
that
are on
was-
spring break. It's not all working. I don't mind it. Take a vacation.
This is why I don't teach English.
See,
I need Tommy here to fix my.
I thought it
phrasing.
worked
Thing is-
better because you said disagree to disagree. And I'm like, no, we agree to disagree. And we still disagree.
Somehow it makes sense either way. Somehow it makes sense either way.
Seriously, we're
So-
gonna have like Tina isms. We're gonna have to have like a Tina isms every time I say
Hashtag
something.
Tina isms. If you got a Tina ism, comment. Let us know what it is.
Dobey.
Dobey. Boom. That was the original.
Pound sign Tina-ism.
Tina
Okay.
isms.
So, Ring of Honor 17th anniversary show is this Friday, March 15th
Yes.
at 8 p.m. Central Daylight Time, I should say, because we did have a time change. So,
A title change. Oh.
time change. Yeah, I should put that right. It's going to be from the Sam's
That's not
Town
a spoiler. Wait, that's not a prediction. Dang it.
You're saying it right.
It's going to be from Sam's Town
One of
Hotel and
those.
Gambling Hall in Las Vegas, Nevada. I love
The
that they
heck
do the
is
anniversary
that?
on this trip. It's
A
in
gambling
Vegas.
hall,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's not even a casino.
Like everywhere in Vegas is a gambling hall when you think about it.
It's pretty
But
much,
that's-
yeah.
Yeah. It'll be on standard pay-per-view for $35 or $45 in high definition.
Mm-hmm.
Also, same price on the Fight TV app. But if you are an Honor Club member,
It's free.
it's half price.
Oh, it's half price. my
half
bad.
price, $17.48. If you're an Honor Club VIP member,
you're free.
it's free. Yes. We need to sign up. Okay.
More things.
I know.
We need this. We need Hulu. What do
I
we
know.
We need sponsors so we can
Yes,
do things
yes,
like that.
Again.
Then we can write it off as like.
Follow us on our Twitter account at CCG_WrestleCast and subscribe to the Countdown City Geeks YouTube channel. If you're interested in sponsoring us, email us at ccg.wrestlecast@gmail.com. It's going to be way at the top.
Oh, up there?
Yeah, way at the top, above the green screen.
Sabu.
Above the green screen.
Above JC's head.
Higher. Okay. Now, as far as the Countdown City Geekcast, just want to plug our latest podcast. If you are a fan of the Marvel movies, MCU, we just released our Captain Marvel review. Plenty of spoilers. It's on your iTunes, wherever you get your podcast from. Search the Countdown City Geekcast for that. Also, be sure to vote on our Facebook page on the Ultimate Tournament of Villain Badness.
Yes. And two things on that.
What?
A, y'all told me about what y'all thoughts on the movie, and I disagree with some of them. I liked it a lot more, I think, than they did. B, how the heck
Don't
did
spoil
Mr.
it for them.
I know, I'm not. But on the evil villain thing,
Yeah.
Mr. Burns got
Dude,
beat by Lex Luthor
He
from a
had
cartoon.
an early lead. It was a hell of a comeback.
Yeah,
for
that
him.
was a
was
comeback
it based off like the characters in general or the cartoon version?
just the cartoon version. Whatever,
It was just
whatever
people
your
voting.
criteria was.
Because
people
there was
voting.
no
It was just
Whatever you're
people
voting.
It was people voting.
Lex Luthor in a cartoon compared to Mr. Burns. I'm disappointed in all of you.
Hey, it wasn't the only. I
Release
mean,
the house.
that was probably the closest one in the first round.
Excellent.
Excellent. That was probably the closest one in the first round, and Burns had a lead
How
early
about the
on.
brain winning?
The brain upset Cobra Commander.
That's
That's like
Cobra
a,
Commander's weak.
that's
Come
a
on,
16
man.
beating a 1, if you ask me.
Yeah, no.
No.
Dude, you don't give you of all people should give the brain so much more credit.
No, I give
know.
more credit, but Cobra Commander, for my childhood, I will love G.I. Joe.
I
That
love
was like-
G.I. Joe, but he was so weak. Come on.
Okay, we can debate about this too. Now they're
We can
gonna
debate
fight.
this, yeah. So
Now they're gonna fight.
vote
so-
for the round 2 matchups on our Facebook page. They are posted. Go check out our Captain Marvel movie review. It was a lot of fun to record. It
and
was
go
myself.
vote. You
And
have
go
until
vote,
Friday
people.
for the
It's so
second
much easier to
round.
vote. You don't have to go anywhere. You don't have to register. You don't even have to be 18 years
Just
old.
go on Facebook.
Go vote on Facebook, yes. And that is our show. Thanks for joining us. Over here we got Mike.
Yo.
This is Tina.
Bye, guys.
And I'm JC. And until next week, Heels and Baby Faces, remember, pro wrestling is real.
People are fake.
Like Ronda Rousey.
Oh,
Oh my
Jesus. And we're signing out with that.
Shame. Fickle. Fickle.
Hey yo, subscribe to the channel by clicking right here.
Or if you want to watch more videos, click right here.